Hey guys, anybody want to learn anything about Volkswagen heads? Come on up. We're ready. Start the test session. Yes. Everything you wanted to know about VW heads, from the little bitty ones on to the big ones. We got them up here tonight. So, step on up. Thanks.
I'm going to show you how to test valves if you haven't done it or like to learn more. I have some printouts here. They're Gene Berg's, some pick of the crop, let's say. Now there's all kind of heads out there. There's German heads, 41s, 42s, 44s, Mexican, Brazil heads, and all of them work, just as some work really well, and some are crappy.
Bye-bye. Hey, Michelle. Take care. 18? I can't make it.
The important thing in heads is to match the head to the engine. Big heads on a little engine are just going to die.
Okay, well, whatever.
Valve size, port size, exhaust, all have to be uniform.
Grady Groceries. Oh, yeah.
If you're running big valves and big ports, you can't run a heater box unless you buy the new 1.5 or 1 3/4 heater boxes that they're making now, high performance heater boxes. If you put regular heater boxes on a big valve engine, it's going to overheat, and you're not going to get any of the advantages of the big valve heads. Also, when you buy a head, you want to look how close the spark plug is to the valve. A lot of the heads that I saw in Englishtown that were for sale were cracked. A little crack will occur right between the spark plug and the valve seat. And this is what you want to watch out for, as well as how loose the guides are. But you can replace guides. Guides are no problem. Also, valves that are stainless seem to work better for competition, although Gene Berg still likes steel valves. Bob, you want to do the...
Yeah, we can step right over here. Let me set this thing up.
Bob's going to set up the valve adjustment.
I've also got hand.
And Bob has some great handouts.
Just in time. Somebody else. Yes, Chris.
Sean, if you're building an engine, there's a lot of something Also, in the DeVordo carburetor book, there's a good section on cams, heads, distributors. A lot of knowledge in this book. Definitely worth having. Weber book is good too. Got that also. In fact, I think it's kind of about the same thing.
You always keep it fresh. Trust me. You probably wrote it. You can always be refreshed.
Right here. Can't retain it all.
All right. Anybody else want one? Give me, just give me a
I
yell.
do it for a living and I do it every day. I don't.
You do.
Yeah, we didn't hear about that time, but I think...
Now, for demonstration purposes only, we're going to assume that these two valves, all right? And if you read the handout, it's going to show you how to find the position where both valves are closed. So in other words, you've got a gap there. The easiest way to do this is to set your pulley mark, your TDC, and your rotor. There's a little notch on the inside of the distributor. Okay? What that does is, when that rotor is rotated around and points to that notch, you will find these two valves are now got a gap. Okay? This is number one cylinder. We're going to start with number one cylinder, your starting point. The easy way to do this. What you do, first thing you want to do is always check and see where you're at. Now, I don't know what this thing's set at. God knows, we've been playing around with it for a while, but we're going to assume it's between 004 and 006. The book says 004. Personally, I like 006. Looks like that must be 006 by the way it's read. tell Joe's been adjusting to the valve. What you do, it doesn't matter which one you do first. Okay, but that's right there. It has a nice drag on it. So that's another 6. This guy here. That was tight. I think we adjusted these to show the difference. So
You do this with the engine cold?
engine bone cold, setting overnight, do not move the engine, park the car where you want to put up on stage. You cannot adjust valves on a Volkswagen hot. It's not going to happen. You will get all kinds of messed up settings. What you do is you take this guy in there, you put it in there. If this is loose, just get it in the wall. Loosen your 13 millimeter. So I don't want to do it because this is a pain to get back in, so I won't take it completely apart, but I'll show you. Basically, loosen this guy up, put this in, and basically what you're going to do is adjust the screw. It's a balancing act. Sorry about that. I hope you're not taping this. It's going to look funny on the website. This is a balancing act, really. If you're trying to do 13. There you go. Loosen that. Bring this down to the point where you have just enough pull. What you can do, you can feel the drag. It's good. Pull that
Down the light bit?
Yeah, try pulling that out. You'll feel a nice drag on it. Okay? When you know you get to that point, okay? What you want to do is come back and tighten this guy and pull the screwdriver. Let's give that a nice squeeze. Then go back in. Sometimes you'll have to play around a little bit. It'll loosen up everything. Sometimes it's a little better to over-tighten it. Loosen this and pull. That's how I do it. Nice drawing. Now, one way you can check this, if you go to the next size up, which in this case is the 007. The feeler gauges see better days. So 8, 6, we're missing 007. But just for the sake of argument, you see if you can fit the next size in, which in this case, this is 008. Okay, but assuming you couldn't really get, you really have to force to get, I can't get it 08. I'm thinking that 07 would fight you.
And they're all done at 06?
I set them at 06. I run performance heads. The books say 04 or something like that. So I like the 06. You're not losing anything. You're not losing lift. The valves do run quiet. They don't tap. Okay. When you get both of them adjusted, okay, by this, the next thing to do is to go to 180 degrees counterclockwise, not clockwise. The engine rotates in a clockwise direction. This is your big crank pulley at the bottom. You're going to go to the bottom of BBC and rotate it around 180 degrees. Come over here, you're going to do the number 2 cylinder. This one here. Assuming this was on an engine, this engine's on a car, it would look something like this in this position. I'm sorry, this way. And what you would basically be doing, this would be 1, and you come over here and 2. I'm probably backwards with that. The number 2 cylinder is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Set the valves on number 2. The same exact way.
One's the inside shell.
Well, actually, no. This is exhaust. This is inside.
No, I mean,
Oh, how do you mean?
one